Hey, hello everybody. Today Mickey and I went to, where did we go, Mickey?
Silbury Hill.
Yeah, that's a nice picture of you, Mickey. I like that picture.
Thank you.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Did you like going there?
Oh yes, marvellous place.
Yeah, anyway, so that's Silbury Hill. We'll just maybe stop at a few pictures, or maybe the phenomenon we'll leave to the end bit because it's on at the end of the video, so I can show it there. So anyway, Silbury Hill. Such a great place. I mean, it is sort of spring out of nowhere, doesn't it? It's not like they say 10 miles far, you know nothing, and then you come round the corner and there it is right in front of you, next to this road. So that's a bit bizarre because, you know, like with Stonehenge, it's got the army and everything, and here this place with all this stuff that's happened here is open and anybody can go there, except you cannot climb on it. And, you know, whereas I'd hate to suddenly find that a pyramid engulfs me. And anyway, it says don't walk on it, you know, just have to look at it and admire it and
do it at night.
Yeah, anyway, so we're starting to go round the pyramid now, so yeah, and there's a little bit of video now. Let's take a picture of it. Video of it. We're around the other side today. Me and Vicky are walking around the field. You know, he's been taking pictures and Floss has loved it. Haven't you, Floss? She's been off her lead, but we're a bit near the road now, so I've put her back on. But I could tell driving that up there it looks like it's collapsing a bit, but the grass hasn't moved, but just, I don't know, maybe I hadn't noticed it before. There's my favourite hill. Mickey and I have walked all the way round, and then we've come up this bit, and now we can see down the side of Silbury Hill. There it is, quite close to it and kind of on it, and I love it. It has such a good vibe, this place. So we managed to kind of get on it because it comes across here into these things along the road. There's one there and there's one over there. So it's probably some water system or something, but look, you can see down the pyramid. I really am on it, but I'm not. I'm on the side of it, but you can see. I just love it here. There's such a good vibe here. And there's Mickey, see, he's miles away, down there. Here he comes. Here he comes. Come on, Mickey! Down the pyramid. Down the pyramid. Yeah, so it's good view. It's not. I've never been here to say like we're part way up it, but we're not on it. We're on the side of it. We're not actually on it. We're on whatever this thing is here between the two either side. These things, they're either side. You know, you can see it from a main photograph better, but it just looks like we're going to, like, you can see the pyramid. Anyway, let's move on. So I love it here. So anyway, so as we were there today, and then the picture showed like they dug it out. I don't know if we've got to those pictures yet, but anyway, there you go. There it is in water, and they're saying, well, the picture shows like Indians, but when we get there, I'll stop it and we'll look at that bit. But there you go. That's it. And Mickey says, "Oh, that looks much better like that." Yeah. So I put a couple of pictures in. I'm not sure if there's another one, or do we go on to a different picture? Come on now. But anyway, yeah, that's it with water. Oh yes, here we go. So I was trying to tell Mickey, but I don't think he understood, but he does now. These two things go into it. Like, this thing is also kind of electrical thing. I just think that's... Oh look, you can see, look, what's that there, there and there. Look, come on there.
That was a long time ago, bigger. only got 3 times.
But you can see that. So that, I think, and you can see that it's built up here, and it could be. Why would they dig? Well, they've dug it out. It could be some of the mud from here. That's quite high. These are, but anyway, there's one this side. Obviously, it's missing a bit now, but yeah. Anyway, it just looks more. Yeah. Anyway, Mickey understands now, don't you?
And what that circle is on top. It's really prominent.
Yeah, it's got a capstone on the top of there, and before they stopped us going up there, I went up there a few good times. You know, it was great for Solstice Day and stuff, and up there you can see Avebury. So, you know, wow, imagine sitting on there looking at Avebury. So it's nice. So I like this place. I've been going there for many years now.
Has an aura to it. Good aura. Yeah.
Anyway, we're back now, kind of looking at, because obviously a lot of it I did as pictures. I don't really see a circle though. Well, it is because the grass is on it now, but you can see corners on it. So yeah, anyway, that's a little sign there. That's what it says. So we did abide by it. Although Mickey wanted to run up there, didn't you?
Big time. It's not big enough for me.
So there it is. I just have to the next one, not the one after this one. There, look at this. Look at this.
Black, yeah.
It was the Indians that did it.
Well, I never.
Look what it's supposed to have looked like. Look more like Indians. But anyway, I thought this was quite interesting because it kind of shows, and this is what goes into the pyramid. But it kind of looks smaller there, don't you think? I think it's bigger than that. But anyway, let's move on with the pictures. But now it's like Indians did it, or they look more like Indians. Yeah, and we are going to come up in a little bit. I think it's more at the end. It's the last bit. You know, this thing about how big it looks when you're at the car. But anyway, just to stop that for a second. That's Silbury Hill. I said on top there you can see, and that's Avebury with this circle. And I'll show you an aerial picture in a minute. We'll look at that. And then you've got the Long Barrow, and I've made videos about it, and I've been in there with a video. Someone brought a guitar and they were playing music. And then there's something down here. That's Woodhenge, or it's called the Sanctuary, but it's a little Woodhenge place. And then there's another place. It's called Windmill Hill, and there's things there. These kind of like arkings like this, and they're there. Anyway, let's just show you a picture, an aerial picture of Avebury. Oh look, Mickey, there's more stones there. Look. I'm recording now. You've got to speak into the microphone. Mickey, yeah, stop for a second.
You don't want me to talk, I know.
Yeah, I do want you to talk. Look, there, here. Mickey, we're recording. Look at that bit, that's a bit weird. Anyway, I wanted to show you, this is aerial photographs of Avebury. Now, people say that this is a moat. And I did notice today when we went there, it's actually quite built up here.
Yeah. Deep.
But I wondered whether that was, originally I thought, is that the earth? Is Silbury Hill the earth from here? And they said that there's 2, but I don't see 2. I just see 1. A lot of corn circles happen here. It's strange, it never really fills up with water, even though it is a kind of moat which goes round. And then there's supposed to have been 2 circles like this with stones, and you imagine all the stones that are around here and in a way there's only like a handful left. You know, you put stumps down on the ground to cover the ones that were there, and then also there's this walkway. Let's show you that. Yeah, so you know, so we were in Avebury in that circle, but to go into Avebury there is this avenue of stones. I mean, unfortunately a lot of the stones are not here now, and you've got these stumps kind of to represent the stones that were there. That they're all like stumps. There are stones, but a lot of them seem to have gone. Whether the people took them, put them in their houses or whatever. Anyway, let's move on with the video. So, I'm doing this first. Mickey wants to stop for a cup of tea, but I just want to get the video done, Mickey. You've spent ages doing this now.
First.
Takes ages to make a video, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does. It certainly does.
Yeah, he's got patience now, haven't you, Mickey?
Yes.
But anyway, that's the Long Barrow. That's Silbury Hill, and the other one was Avebury. Anyway, this picture of Silbury Hill. And obviously, like I said, at the end we will show the phenomenon, whatever the word is. Anyway, this is Avebury. It's quite sweet, really.
Yeah, lovely place.
With those kind of buildings, which is a bit sort of European-y like. But this shop, I said to Mickey, I think it had rendering on and they've taken the rendering off. And that's how it's mended. It's got stone here, brick here, different red bricks. Anyway, that's the house that's sort of...
Dutch in style, isn't it?
Sort of, yeah. And I noticed, and so did Mickey, that it had different brick on it. There was different brick here, and there was different brick here. It was all different brick. Brick!
Joined together.
I know, oh, anyway.
Found
Yeah, join the middle there, and then it's different to this. Anyway, we're now looking at stones, and Mickey's going, what the...
Oh.
Did you like it here?
Yeah. This is where they said.
Which did you like the most, Silbury Hill or here?
I like Silbury Hill. There's a lot more clean energy. Yeah.
Oh look, there's you and me. Anyway, yeah, look, that one looks like a bull, and this one looks like a man in a suit. There's his face, and he's looking out. Oh, and that one's a bunny rabbit. There's his eyes and his nose, and there's his 2 ears. That one looks like I've never saw that before. Oh look, there's a oh my god! Look, I'll go back. That's here. Look, is that an angel with wings? That's a wing sticking up. Like someone's. Oh, I don't know. You see all these things. Anyway, there's roots and there's me. There's Mickey. There's a seat there, and Mickey's looking very regal there, aren't you, Mickey?
So did you know?
And then there's these beautiful trees as you walk round this circle.
There's something about the roots though, isn't it?
Yeah, other people will say
They're
it
not
can't
sinking
put its roots deep in the ground, so it puts them across the ground. You're thinking, what?
There's something soft.
It's not in the ground, its roots are just across the ground. So,
Something
and yet it's really sturdy.
Yeah.
Weird, because it can't. It's probably too hard for. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I just really like these trees with all the roots out.
Yeah.
It obviously says something else to me as well.
Calling snakes.
That tree made sure it wasn't going to fall down. Anyway, yeah,
Very
that's got this circle on it. But yeah, anyway, these stones. Some of these stones that are there, they're enormous. And as you're walking around, it comes this sort of barn, and I think that's thatched. But this covering is very dark. But it's got this building with brick and stone, and then this wooden building here, and more stones. That's the ridge. Well, let's go back there a moment. Sorry, but anyway, just wanted to show that that's the rim that goes round. See, and it's lower. That's obviously quite low with like the moat. And then anyway, yeah. And then we found a milk bot.
Very strange. Oh dear.
I think it jumbled all the pictures up as well. You know, it didn't put them in order, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is in Avebury itself, so that's how you get into the church. Well, no, there's some houses down there and a manor, but you can get into the church that way, and obviously we went to the church because I noticed that there was a really big building in the background, which is this manor, which I can't remember what it's called now, but we'll see it in a minute. On the inside. Anyway, this is its front entrance. So what's this here, Mickey?
Which front gate? That's a shell. I wonder what a shell is doing.
Because you think it's to do with water. I mean, in a way, it looks quite... On that cottage was Boeing. But it's obviously settled now, but anyway. And that was empty, so me and Mickey are going to have that one, aren't we? No.
Lovely, lovely.
Someone's obviously doing some work there, but I mean,
Gorgeous house.
this place doesn't look derelict or anything. Just full of all these buildings with brick and things. That's what is in the background, and I didn't realise that we'd be able to see it more. Anyway, let's jump now back to Silbury. It's me and Mickey again. Oh, because you took these ones.
Silbury Hill forever.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the church, let's just stop that there for a moment. Yes, we don't know, like, is that a 1? Why has it got a cross on it? Or is it an I?
Exactly.
Or what is it? And like you said, it's very sad because it's just initials, there's no name. So it's SW 18, well, just say it's 1833 or I 833, and then J, whatever that is, and then that's I, or 1860. But we couldn't even work that one out. I suppose that's going to be 8, isn't it? Because it's like that one there.
Without the joining. So
But, you know, why do these look like that, and yet this one's a little nicer made?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
More ornate. So
somebody's obviously changed the dates on them.
It looks so crude when you look at it.
Yeah, anyway, that's what I saw. You just see these things. And sometimes, you know, like Mickey said when we were looking at the pictures, it doesn't show how lovely it all is, yeah? But sometimes the camera picks things up better. Like like that picked that up okay.
Highlights.
Yeah, it highlighted it better, but my camera's a bit weird, and sometimes when you upload them and that, by the time he's finished, it all looks really weird, like it's got a glaze on it. Anyway, this church in a way looked quite magnificent with these, these struts on, but inside it wasn't.
It started to change, didn't it?
So this is inside, and that's a wooden ceiling, which I couldn't really, it was really dark in there, but the camera picked that up, so I was quite amazed. And I keep seeing those things on the walls in the churches, but didn't really feel Roman Empire here. I don't know why, there wasn't much. Anyway, that one says 1662. It's a bit hard. I couldn't really, it just didn't take good pictures, and I had to stand over it and look a bit weird while I was taking the picky. In there, that's what it's like, and it's like,
Yeah, the front don't
it looks so big from outside, but not when you're inside. Oh yes, let's just stop on this one. Yes. So I'm saying it's not that big in there, but something's happened here where they've obviously added something. It's like a bit of an arch here, and it doesn't go anywhere. And there's other bits of the church which are a bit like that. Like for some reason when they built it on inside, it left like there. There's like a window there, and then
doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't
no.
go nowhere. Just a hole.
As we go on, we'll see them. Oops.
Like a church built on top of another church. Usually.
But outside it looks like a mishmash of buildings. And that's in the floor as well. I don't know why that one came out sideways, but it's sideways, but anyway. And then that was there. So you can just about see that one. That one also came out sideways, but that says 1753. Yeah, you've got like these nookies, which, because they've added extra bits on and done things, you've got these funny nookies in it. There's even a bit like behind a chair we saw. It was bigger than that one. But anyway, we saw that as well. Like these little tiny, weeny, steep stairs, maybe up to the balcony, but that was a bit weird. Yeah, that was in the church on the wall.
You've got to be very rich to have that sort of thing made.
Well, this church was a bit of a mishmash. That's the windows. Not many of them were stained. that was outside. I was telling Mickey, right, you know, everybody thinks that we would have these great big giant trees, and what actually happens is this is a really old tree, and the thing isn't terribly tall, but it's now got this great big stem. You know, like they seem to, the big old trees, some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them just grow out. The bark grows. I mean, is this a yew tree? Because they will, in the end, it will grow so much that this will hollow out. But it's just, you know, there was a few of these in that churchyard, weren't they?
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, but as they get old, the trunk of the tree grows out, and the tree, the branches grow out, but it doesn't necessarily grow tall. No, let's move on.
When they go wider, they start to hang. I would go outside.
Anyway, that's why I stopped, really. I wanted to go and look at that, but in the meantime we went and looked in the church as well on the way, and that was there as well, and that's sort of whatever that is.
Little graveyard.
You can't read it, but there is writing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is at the back of the church, because I told you the pictures have gone in jumbled, and that's this house. I was so amazed to see it. Isn't that beautiful? That's a Tudor house. That's like Henry.
Yeah.
And it's Avebury Manor and Garden, so entry by timed tickets. But anyway, look at that. It's like a little village in one there.
It's very chimney tops.
That was probably like quite a few little houses. And there are stone ones and rendered ones and big chimneys, and you think, wow, that's nice. I wasn't expecting to see that. And then these are the kind of doorways in, so you can get to the church from there and also get to these buildings. And if we stop there a second, see, it's quite there's a roof here, a roof here, a roof here, another one here, and the steeple. So in there I thought the little stairs were up to the steeple, but that's the steeple. Oh look, are those things that are sticking out? Or is that other? I can't tell if that's, has it got wings, you know, those things?
Gargoyles.
No, you know, like the Notre Dame and the things that stick out. Is that those things? I didn't notice that. Because, you know, in the end, you're so awake and you're just looking at so much and you see things. It's just all like being in fairyland. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, look at the size of that chimney. Oh, look at that building, it's bowing. Oh, look at that, look at that. And they're all different ages. It's bizarre. And they're all old. But which ones were first and how did it all happen? And this is just a mishmash. And I thought when we go in there, it's going to be really impressive, but it wasn't quite as impressive as I thought it was going to be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mickey thought like it's the wrong way round.
Yeah, especially the old one. Looks like it was on a sidewalk. Rather than
it's hard to believe that we were in this then. Obviously these, I don't know what these are, we obviously don't see those. But anyway, that was there.
Duck cop.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to turn the camera off. There you go. There you go. Very nice indeed. And there's Mickey Moo. So, we'd finished our lovely day round Silbury Hill and Avebury and all the nice vibes. And then we came back through Marlborough. I tried to show it to Mickey on the way out, but this is Marlborough College and there's a bit of Tartara, Tecrity or whatever you want to call it there. In fact, along the main road there was this little big chimney, and actually as we went by, I went, oh look, it's a clock. So yeah, there's lots of things here, and then we noticed things about the church. But anyway, so here we go, and there it is. That is Merlin's Mound, and Merlin's Mound here, this bit here, I know it's got trees on it, and around there they put a grotto in it, and they also put a water tank in it. such a shame. But anyway, it's been like that with the trees for quite a while. I saw etchings or drawings. It's supposed to be like 1800s. It had the trees on it, so it's had trees for quite a while. But that is in Marlborough College, and that's about as best as we're going to see it, because we're not allowed in there. We're not allowed to go and see it. No, only the people in the college can see it. Yeah, and then also, you know, looking that these are steps up. Let's put the video on to the church, and then we noticed, or Mickey noticed, should I say, that it's sort of on a different level.
Yeah.
There you go. It's on like 2 levels up, isn't it?
Isn't it?
And then when we get to the corner, this corner, it comes a bit Starfort like just there. Oh, there's Merlin's man. It's kind of hidden. Yeah, they're saying it's a pyramid, but anyway, step up and step up, and then this is the corner, which is a bit Starfort like. It is raised. It was a bit hard to do because there's a fence there and we can't go in, but that's the different height of, and you know, from where we are up. Anyway, go on, Mickey, explain this. What's this? We're driving and you go.
Just clicking.
Weird building, isn't it?
Another mud floodder, isn't it? I raised the door. A mud floodder, isn't it?
And then the Mason building here, Masonic Lodge. It says it on that sign. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Masonic Hall on there. And then he spotted another of these sort of European-y kind of houses. Flemish, sort of.
That's style, isn't it?
And then here we are with these actually, just stop for a moment. These are nowhere near that. Now we're going back to Newbury. And then you go past this place. It's called Blenheim Valence. And then in Oxford, we've got Blenheim Palace. But then you've got this place with a big house. I did a video about it a little while ago. And this is the gatehouse to Blenheim Valence. And those things are quite weird. They're not very nice looking. They're like knights, but they've
got the fasces inside and the helmets on top. That's very, very.
Should we see if we can zoom in?
Symbol, if we could.
Let's see if we can zoom in.
I'll tell you who they are.
Much clearer on your phone when you looked, wasn't it? I mean, you can. I mean, I don't think that really shows it, but they're kind of knights, but their heads are not on.
No, it's a.
Their heads have been. Inside. Yeah, their head. These bits have elongated their heads up.
Yeah, they're called fasces.
Yeah, and they don't look very nice, do they? They look ugly.
A very bad symbol.
That's very Roman Empire, probably, isn't it?
Yeah.
The eagle stuff, you know, it's in with that lot or something.
And they're not the only ones, were they? There are a couple more in other few places.
Yeah, I don't really like them very much.
Headless.
They're not beautiful. Well, I don't think they are.
Parasites will be inside them.
1 second, is this another picture? Oh no, that's going on to something else now. Yeah.
Tells you who rules it.
I mean, you can see their knights. But anyway, we're going to go back out now. Because we're getting to the bit. Sorry, we're driving along the A4 going back to Newbury. But anyway, the next bit of this video is the phenomenon. So, here we go. Let's stop it here. So, it's hard to sort of make people realise... Oh, it's not stopped. That Mickey is standing at this fence here. Right? And you can see that there is this kind of... You know, the pyramids over there in the corner of the fields. But when you're back here, this thing looks... Doesn't it look enormous, Mickey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You saw it, didn't you?
It's
Explain what you think when you saw it. Like you can, even if we went round it and then we went back and then you saw it for yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. Every time I turned around, it looked like it was getting even bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably even bigger further away.
It's
just really bizarre because when you're here, you realise there's a field, but here you don't. So it's almost as if the pyramid I mean, on this picture you could see a tiny bit of the field, but it's almost as if,
By the car park business, isn't it?
you know, a couple of steps away, it's as if that pyramid is touching the edge of the field, but it's not, it's over there. It just gets bigger anyway. That's the phenomenon. Can't say that word very well.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
And there again, there's another one.
Yeah. It's
I mean, you know, we're further away, but it's over there. But it looks like it's here. And I wasn't going to do it this way. I was going to... So basically, if we went to this one, right? And I took a picture of you now, and I wonder if I can... I want to zoom in more, and that thing's in the way. Hang on. So if I took a picture down here and zoomed in a bit more, all you would see would be the pyramid. I could take a picture and just chop it off here, and then here, this thing would look enormous, but it's because we're back here, and it's because I've zoomed in. Because it just is enormous. From back here, it's not small. We went round it, it's not small, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's not. It's much more enormous back here than it is here, because it's over there. Here it looks like it takes up the whole field almost, but it's actually over there.
It's the strangeness of it.
Yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed today, so thanks very much, Mickey.
Beautiful day, Karen. Thank you for taking me.
So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
This is one of my other favourite places with Coombe Hill. Yeah, anyway, we had a good day. So did Floss. It's smaller. And this is the best way. I don't even think the pyramid looks the same at the top.
Now, if you see what I was saying earlier about perspective and how when you're using like a camera, anything focal, it can look completely different, because with our eyes, it's sort of like it changed dramatically, and you can see it there. You can see we're standing nearby, even with the phone. It looks massive there. When you get up close, it looks smaller.
Just to say here, see
it's
this
all a matter
here.
of perspective.
This, right, in the other picture, where are we? Let's go back to the beginning. Oh, isn't it just typical? Come on. Is that board there?
So you look how big that looks now, how big the hill looks, but then when you get closer, it looks about half the size. So
basically, we're not looking at this one. We're standing here.
Yeah. And it's amazing how it doesn't look like it's the same hill, does it?
There's a big field in the way, and it's over there.
And I swear as God is my judge, it's the same hill, but it looks tiny.
It is big, isn't it? It's
it
not
is
that
big.
it's small.
It is big.
It's big.
It's
but
as you're getting closer, it reduces sight. So this goes into all sort of like the people that do work with like.
When you're there, it's twice as big.
With Nikon P900s
well,
and
4 times as big.
Yeah, you know, it's a very, very bizarre thing, because with the eyes it looks different as well. So
yeah, and also that one there, the top of it's different here at the top of the pyramid than it looks there. It looks like we're looking at a different pyramid.
Yeah, it don't look the same, does it? And this is what happens, you see, with camera work. It's not the same as what you're doing with your eyes. It's
but I told you this
bizarre.
anyway about the fact that it looks different.
Yeah, well, I knew about this. I see the one before, like, you know, when you did it, and I wanted to see it with
now
my
you
own
can see
eyes.
it for yourself.
I can see. I saw it for myself, and I realised.
What do you think that is?
I don't know.
What it is when you're standing at a distance back here, you can see it all, and the moment you get towards these trees, the trees then take over.
If anyone watches this and understands more about photography and what we obviously do, you can let us know
Did you hear that,
why
though?
this happens.
The trees take over. When we start walking down here, suddenly you can't see this properly.
Yeah.
It's actually behind the trees.
Yeah, it's like you know, I have seen this before. Like when you walk up to sort of like mountains and whatever, they look absolutely gigantic when you're sort of like a few miles away. As you get closer, it seems to shrink, and you know, there's obviously a reason for that. It's all to do with your eye level and eye line and perspective, but it's still very bizarre.
I do remember Enslaved by No Media said exactly the same things. He couldn't understand when he was, say, 15 miles out, he could see the buildings, and then he gets closer and everything is now obscured by the trees and everything looks different.
Yeah, I mean
it's smaller.
Dave has done some wonderful work like Enslaved by No Media. Anyone that hasn't subscribe to him. I haven't seen him for a long time, but he's absolutely right spot on with all this kind of stuff. You know, how sort of
Last time, Gary.
how I sort of like how the distances we've been given like are not necessarily correct with anything.
But you see, there's a field in the way. You can't tell there's a field between
If
there.
you showed this to someone, right, you'd think it was two different hills, wouldn't you? You know, you wouldn't think it was the same hill, but I guarantee you it is.
It's not even that far, that walk. What, 25 steps or something?
It's not
30
very far
steps?
at all. Because
No.
like I said, it looks like camera trickery, but it's not very far at all. And you know, if other people have done camera work, they know how this
Well,
kind
you're
of
not
stuff
the only
works.
one. This is the this definitely is the last plan. You've got like 20 seconds.
Right.
But there's other people have seen it as well, because we were as a group of people. Costa was there when we saw it.
Well, we was asking other people about this, you know, we was talking about it, but it was very interesting.
But this is what they capture when they do their P900s, and they're saying, "Oh, but how come I can see those islands when they're supposed to be 200 miles away?" It's through the same thing.
Yeah, and there's atmospheric lensing and all sorts, but it's quite clear today actually. It weren't too bad, but you can see there's a bit of mist there, but when you get closer you can't see it. So now you can see a bit of mist as well, so you can see why people that use their P1000s and 900s and whatever.
Gary, this
and
is
they've got to
definitely
see-
the last
Right,
time.
okay, anyway, you can see how they have problems like by trying to take photographs over a long distance, because you can see the lensing effect there, can't you? The atmospherics, the difference between that when we're close and then here when we're far away. It's
Yeah, that's
already
because it's magnified it.
yeah, but the thing is, obviously over vast distances, the atmospherics have such a detrimental effect that, you know, you get these idiots turn around and say, "Oh, how comes you can't sort of like film sort of like?"
So there you go. Thanks very much.
Thank you, James.